Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In this video we are going to do a 3-month review of the GFW 650 washer and dryer set. GFW 650 SSNWW for the washer and GFD 65E SSNWW for the dryer. So first thing I want to point out is that I absolutely love this washer. Absolutely love it. I'm not just saying that. I first started out with the model below this one, GFW 550, and I ended up upgrading to the GFW 650 shortly after that. I wanted the smart dispense, I wanted the steam on the dryer, and it was totally worth it. So a couple things that I want to point out as well. I love the smart dispense. As you can see here on the GFW 550, it does not have this, but on the 650 and the 850 it does. In the back there's a spot to put the detergent. So even though it has a little picture of Tide, you do not need to use Tide. This is just some Costco detergent, and I wait till it runs out all the way and then I fill it back up. And yeah, it lets me know when it's low. It says tank low in some red letters right about there. And yeah, so one helpful tip I will leave to you guys is that with this machine you don't need to wipe the gasket down at all. I haven't wiped my gasket down in a while now, at least 3 months. I believe when I had the 550 I was wiping it down. And then I saw a video about how the guy in his GFW 850 never wiped his down in over a year. So I listened to him and I've been doing the same. And so basically what I do is after I use my washer, I run the vent system, Ultrafresh vent, which is this little button right here, which it prompts you to do, by the way. But you do have to push the button for it to start, I believe. I run that vent system 2 times. After I run it once, I can see a little bit of water in there. Kind of like I can see now. It's a little bit wet right here. So I run it a second time. After I run it a second time, then I leave it open. It's basically dry at that point. And something I just started doing as well is when I'm airing out the washer, I also started leaving this open. And obviously it's not going to dry out what's in here because there's detergent in there. But as you can see, there's some moisture in here. Seems like when you move around this drawer, water is in there, so it kind of sloshes it around. But to prevent mold, I started branching out and not just worrying about my gasket, but the condition of this soap drawer as well. So another thing I'll point out is that make sure to clean out your washing machine pump filter. It's also known as a coin trap. It's down there. I would do this every 2 months or something like that. The instruction manual might even say to do it once a month. I know that, and by the way, I have a video on how to do that. I'll put it down in the description. If you guys want me to do anything else with this washer and dryer, let me know. Put it down in the description, and I will do that for you guys as soon as possible. Another thing that the instruction manual says to do is to do this self-clean cycle once a month or once every 40 washer loads, I believe. So I've been doing it once a month. I'm trying to stay up on taking care of this machine because they don't make them like they used to, guys. I'm not familiar with these Kenmore washing machines that lasted a long time. But that's what people say, that, you know, back in the day, these washing machines would last like 30 years. Now they last like 5 to 7 years. But part of making it last a longer time is taking care of it. So yeah, I'm making sure that my gasket is dry with my vent system, and staying on top of the self-clean cycle. And the reason we do the self-clean cycle is because of the detergent itself. Too much detergent is a bad thing. That's why when I'm selecting how much detergent I want to use, I very, very rarely have it on more. I might do that if it's something extra gnarly that I'm washing, or I might do that if it's like a giant load of clothes. But normally I have it either on auto or less. If I'm washing like a couple sheets, I'm going to put it on less. Even if I do a big load of clothes, normally I'll just have it on auto. There have been some situations where I put it on more, but when you do that, that's when you find yourself in those situations where there's just suds everywhere in there. So real quick, so you guys don't have to grab your instruction manual, you do about a cup of bleach. So this is watered down bleach from Safeway right here. Not concentrate like this. It's concentrated, you got to water it down, so it's just regular bleach. I think that's how you say it. Oh yeah, regular bleach, says it right there. And I think that's about 250 milliliters. I might be off. I think it's like 225.5 or something like that. But if you fill it up to around right here, you should be fine. And you just put it in the drum. Close it, and press start. Now, what that's doing is it's running a cycle with the bleach in it, and you know it's rinsing it, and then it's spinning it on, I believe, max. It's either max or high. I believe it's max, and getting all that extra detergent out and just basically cleaning it. They do recommend that after you do that, you run a rinse and spin cycle to get all of that bleach out. I actually prefer to run 2 rinse and spin cycles. It might be doing a little bit too much, but that's just what I do. I love all of these cycles, except for the Power Clean Power Steam, but that's not because I don't like it. That's because I have not tried it yet. You can see that if you choose that, it's an hour and a half. It's an hour and a half cycle, so that's quite a bit more than some of these other cycles. A normal cycle is 55 minutes. So, you know, that's 35 extra minutes. So I haven't tried that yet. But when I do my 6-month video review in 3 months, I promise you guys that I will have not only tried this one, but also put out a full cycle video of this one. So yeah, I mean, this washer and the dryer, it's got a light on it, which is great. Let's see, light. You can see I have something in there. This is one of those bed protectors. My kid peed the bed 2 days in a row. So thank God for these things. Yeah, another thing I'll point out is the quick wash. 20 minutes, but boy, it does make your clothes clean, especially for only 20 minutes in the washer. It doesn't clean it as much as the normal cycle for 55 minutes, but I've put a big load of laundry in there for 20 minutes when I was in a rush, and there was very, very little difference. I think maybe if like you have stuff that's gonna stain, or you know, you have some stuff with like a lot of dirt or mud on it or something, you probably shouldn't do the quick wash. But I could barely even notice it, if noticed it at all. The clothes smelled fine, looked fine when they came out of the dryer and all that. So, yeah, I mean, pretty straightforward here as far as the washer goes. I love this thing, highly recommend it. And guys, don't forget to smash that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Drop those comments down below. What do you guys want to see next? Okay, moving on to the dryer. One thing I did notice is that it does sometimes come out a little bit moist. So because of that, I've been getting pretty good at picking my setting based on time. I don't know if that's the best way to do it, but that's how I've been doing it, so that when I do take whatever's in there out, I know it will be dry. So for example, if you put it on mixed loads, you're looking at 25 minutes. You can bump this up. Nope, it doesn't move it past 25 minutes. So if you put a mixed load in there of whatever, you got some clothes, some of your girlfriend's clothes, some of your kids' clothes in there, and it's a big load, 25 minutes isn't that much time. So what I would suggest is finding another setting with more time. So right here, activewear, we're looking at 29 minutes. So that's the highest temperature we can get. But if we put it to extra dry, it bumps it up to 31 minutes. So that's a whole extra 6 minutes. And to be honest, I always use wrinkle care. It works pretty good. It bumps it up an extra 6 minutes, and that's just how I do it. Now, if you're talking about like bulky bedding, it's putting a whole hour plus in there, so that thing is usually dry. And if it's a little wet, it's because you have some massive blanket in there or something like that I haven't really experienced too many times. Towels as well. It's not quite an hour, but if I put it on towel setting and I put it on extra dry, bumping it up from 32 to 33 minutes, the towels are 99% always dry. So now if I'm putting a big load in here, let's say I put a massive load of all my laundry. I hadn't done it in a week and a half or something, and it fills this thing to like 85% full. Which is a lot. There's always usually some space in there, right? And then I stick it all in the dryer. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to time dry, and I'm going to put it to 60 minutes, and then I'll just go down. I'll do like 45 minutes. That ensures that everything is dry. Now, these methods that I'm talking about, you don't need to do this. You don't need to put it on time dry because you have a big load. You could probably even get away with putting it on mixed loads, but or activewear, like I was describing a second ago. But the reason that I do that is because the one-off chance that the clothes are still slightly wet, or whatever it is you're drying is slightly wet. It's annoying to have to turn it back on and let it keep drying and then have to come back and take the clothes out. One great thing about this dryer is the steam. So if it's a small load, like I could put this on refresh. Let's say it's a shirt that I'm going to wear to work, and I already dried it, I already hung it up, but it's looking a little wrinkly. I could put it in here, put it on refresh, start it, and it's going to use that steam. See the blue? That's how you know the steam is there. If you look on this side, this whole side is blue. Does that mean that everything on this side uses steam? I don't know. Drop it down below, guys. But I believe that's what it is, because I know these two are steam. And they're both blue. So this is for small loads. Refresh, de-wrinkle, large loads. And so, yeah, so after 20 minutes it comes out, no wrinkles. It's great. Another thing I want to point out about the dryer before I let you guys go, I don't want to bore you guys to death, is that in the app, like let's say your clothes finish drying or they're about to finish drying, either one, you can you can tell it to just tumble spin or whatever without any heat, and that'll prevent the clothes from just clumping up and wrinkling. So that's cool. So I mean, you could, if you forgot to do that and it was in the off setting and the clothes stopped, and let's say you get a reminder after 5 minutes that your clothes have been in the dryer, you know, telling you to go get them, you could even turn it on through the app, so then it starts spinning them. And if you want to be lazy and watch an extra 45 minutes of TV, you can do that, because that cycle runs for 1 hour. It'll just say 0,000 minutes, and it'll just keep going. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for this video. I will do another one at 6 months. Let me just start something here so you guys can see it in action if you guys haven't seen any of my other videos. I'll drop down below my my first review on the GFW 650 washer and dryer set, but yeah, I mean, these are great washers. I actually saw that right now, well, not right now, but a couple weeks ago, when I was about to be at my 90 days for me to be able to return it and buy a different set, I was considering upgrading to the 850. But you know what, guys? I didn't even think that it was worth it to do that. It was actually only like $80 more to upgrade it, and the washer does have that setting. Well, it does get from 4.8 to 5.0 cubic feet, so it does get a little bit bigger, not by much. But and it also has that setting where it will go from dirty to clean to dry if you have a small load like a shirt in about 8 to 12 hours. So I mean, that is a cool feature, but I don't want to pay $80 for that feature. And it's not so much about the money, but it's that it's a hassle. When you first get these washing machines, you have to make sure they're level. Yeah, I have these vibration pads. I'll also drop a link down below for the vibration pads that I use. And getting these machines level can be a hassle. The Costco delivery people, or GE or whatever, whoever it is that they hire, they want to be in and out, so they're you know, not the best. They'll get it as level as they can, and then I need to usually come back in and make sure I can get it as level as possible. So yeah, guys, smash that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Drop those comments down below. What machine do you guys have? Do you like it better than this one? Let me hear it. Till next time, I'm out.